Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the top teams for the Ultra League. The Ultra League is going to be available again, I think actually for 2 weeks in a row. I do think that after the next week, we're going to have all leagues available again, like Great League, Ultra League and Master League. So that's going to be exciting. And yeah, today we're going to have 10 teams here. Yeah, just generally from kind of everywhere that I think are going to be very good in the current meta. And so let's dive right into them. First one is actually the best team on PvPoke. By the way, I'm going to showcase a lot of teams for the Open Ultra League on my channel as well. I have a lot of interesting teams from the community already as a list as well, which you're going to see then as actual videos on this channel. So like if you're interested in more teams as well, just feel free to subscribe to the channel. Helps out a ton and you're going to get more different teams. Here we're going to have the number 1 team from PvPoke, which is going to run the Bellybolt, the Credilli and the Feraligatr, which is an interesting team. You're going to have a bit less play against Pokemon like the Virizion, and just generally fighting type Pokemon can be a little bit of a problem for this team. Otherwise, this performs apparently the best in the meta score, which is interesting. Personally, I still think it's going to be alright. You can still play out the Bellybolt matchup against the Flying type Pokemon, and then you still have a very solid core in the back with Credilli and Feraligatr. But those 3 Flying type Pokemon can be a bit problematic. Next up, we're going to have most likely one of the strongest teams possible in the Open Ultra League here. If you have Zygarde complete, this is the team that you want to run. There are going to be other alternatives here as well. If you have, for example, the Regidrago, you can substitute the lead there as well. We're going to have the Stay-Stop of the Steelix, having access to Breaking Swipe, giving it some Dragon type coverage as well. Being good against, a lot of the Pokemon that, the Steelix, like the Tinkaton doesn't want to face as well. It's going to be kind of cool. There are other alternatives, by the way, also for the lead. For example, you could even go for something like a Shadow Dragonite here, I feel like. Not really any weakness to this team. Like, Lapras is alright for you. With Ice Beam can be a little bit tricky, but even then, you're still going to be okay with the Steelix. You're still going to be okay with the Tinkaton. Even if it has Ice Beam, of course. Sparkling Area is not going to be too great, especially as the fast move of them are going to be resisted. Fortress is not really an issue for this team, I would say. And yeah, there's generally not really a Pokemon that is an issue. The worst I found was actually Toad Scroll, which nobody is going to run. So this is mostly the ultimate team to climb for the Open Ultra League. Especially as for the team before as well, Steelix is a great bait for the Talonflame, so Tinkaton can win endgame. That's what I kind of want to say as well towards it. Next team here, we're going to have Pangoro, we're going to have the Galarian Weezing, and we're going to have the Tentacruel. Pangoro is a cool core breaker in the current meta. I do think this Pokemon has a lot of play, especially in the lead, where you can go for a close combat and then dip. Being a very solid answer to Bellybolt. If Bellybolt doesn't run, the Thunder Shock is going to be very, very nice. And I didn't really find any kind of Pokemon that was really problematic for this team. I guess other Tentacruels can be a bit problematic. But here, for example, even Grumpig, your lead is going to be alright against it. You have Brutal Swing coverage on the Weezing. You're going to be alright against it as well. But Grumpig, not really that common anyway. Corviknight is alright. You have Close Combat on the lead. You're still going to be able to chunk away there. I think the 2-shot scenario is going to be okay for you. And it kind of goes on like this. Like, there's going to be always like those kind of more neutral matchups. But generally speaking, I think this team has so much potential. Next up, we're going to have here the Dusknoir, especially the Shadow version is really cool in this meta. Having Credilli here as well with Acid, and then the Tentacruel is going to be alright. As you're going to see again, there's not really a big Pokemon that can destroy this team. Like, there's honestly not really a single Pokemon that can completely destroy this team. And you have great balance. You even have like a good core between Tentacruel and Credilli, but then you also have a great core with the Credilli, Dusknoir, and the Tentacruel and Dusknoir. They all kind of help each other out quite well, which makes it just a very good core team with like an ABC style line where you have like 3 Pokemon that are very doing different things there, but they all kind of work well together, which is really, really cool. So again, here's not really a Pokemon that can really break this team apart. I guess the worst could be the Bellybolt with Sucker Punch, but then again, you can just stay in the lead. You're going to be able to go ahead and, still going to have the Credilli in the back to counter the electric type damage there. But yeah, this is going to be it for team number 4. Team number 5 here, we're going to have the Guzzlord, the Lapras, and the Talonflame. This is going to be a very solid team as well. Guzzlord generally going to be a very good Pokemon. Talonflame is going to be a very good core together. There's going to be some other teams where we have Guzzlord as well in it. There's not really good answer to this team other than, I guess, like Poliwrath. But as we are going to see here as well, this team is really, really solid together. Like, the core of Guzzlord and Talonflame is going to be a very common one because there's next to nothing that can really break it. So again, you're going to see some more of this core as well a little bit later on. We're going to have, by the way, also a team in here that is no Legendary, no XL as far as I know, so it's going to be interesting for you as well. The next one is, yeah, slightly, I think Heliolisk needs to be kinda XL. Dice got a tiny bit as well, and I think also Bellybolt, so like they're all kind of a bit XL there. But we're going to have a team that I have a video on already as well, and I enjoy this team so much. We have the double Parabolic Charge team, and honestly this team was fantastic, especially Heliolisk was one of the best Pokemon I've played so far in this meta, as a great bait, and it can get out a lot of times the answers for the Bellybolt, which is lovely because it's also a pure electric, no, it's actually not a pure electric type Pokemon, it's an electric and normal type Pokemon. And you have like great coverage. With Mud Step, you're going to generate energy quite fast, but also deal up against other steel type Pokemon, like Steel and Ground, for example. It's going to be something like the Steelix, where you can do some sort of damage. With the Breaking Slap, you're going to be able to counter the Dragon type Pokemon. And yeah, with the Parabolic Charge, it's still going to be able to deal with whatever the electric type Pokemon want to deal with. The next team is actually one that I also made a video about, but I found it so funny and I think it was such a cool team to run that actually worked out super well, is Metal Sound Aggron. This team is on my channel as well. Have a look at it. It was a lot of fun to play. Don't get me wrong, it's not absolutely perfect by any means. There's, for example, even Dusknoir would be a little bit of a trickier Pokemon to deal with for this team, but somehow it always came up victorious, and I was there already in a very solid E range there as well. So I do think this team actually has a lot of potential. It's more of a fun one, but I kind of want to introduce some more fun teams as well in this kind of videos here, where Aggron actually has some potential now with the recent Metal Sound update. Rock Tomb is so good in this current meta. It's kind of funny. And so yeah, this team was a lot of fun to run. Hopefully you have success with it as well. This team, I also have a video out already about it. I know that this team is very, very good because I was coaching with it as well already, and this team was the most consistent one, kind of, what she's seen so far. You have Ruzian, we have the Skeldritch, we have the Bellybolt. Bellybolt is mainly the Saysop, but it really depends. Most of the times you kind of would like to play out the lead matchup mainly. But yeah, this team worked out super, super well. Skeldritch as a closer is really, really cool with the damage that you can do with it. Have a video on this team as well again. Definitely check it out if you want to see a little bit more gameplay towards it. It's a team that I would definitely recommend you. We have next up here the Skeldritch. We have the Saysop of the Guzzlord, where I actually go ahead and go for Shadow Claw, and this is the team that also doesn't have XL or Legendary. If you have Guzzlord though, it's better with Guzzlord in my opinion. But yeah, again, we have the Dark type Skeldritch core there, which is kind of cool. And as you will see here, this team is really, really nice. The only real weakness where, again, you kind of have a bit more play with the Guzzlord is going to be like the Tentacruel as well as the Bellybolt. Bellybolt, you would just stay in with the lead and just play it out and have later the Pangoro against it, which is alright. Yeah, the what's called the Tentacruel, you're going to Shadow Claw your Guzzlord, which is going to be okay for it. But again, this team is better with a Guzzlord. I'm fully aware of that, but I kind of still want to introduce a team here that doesn't have any XL Pokemon on it, which I do think still should work out quite well. And with it, we're already going to be at the final team here. It's a team that I showcased as well, and again, it's kind of more of a team that I think is going to be really, really good in the current meta. We have here Talonflame or the Charizard with Ember, which got buffed this season as well. We have the Guzzlord, and we're going to have the Skeldritch. And as you can see here, it's a classic ABB style line, but especially with Talonflame and Saysop, but also the same kind of goes for the Ember Charizard. You're going to have a lot of firepower with that. Not pun intended there as well, but you're going to have a lot of immediate damage. You have either Blast Burn, which is going to do a ton of damage, or you're going to have the Brave Bird / Fly combination here on the Talonflame. I would actually go for Brave Bird over Flame Charge for this Pokemon, which is going to give you immediate pressure against the opponent, and against Pokemon that can deal with the Fire typing, you're going to have a lot of pressure against those still, even if they resist it. Here, for example, with Talonflame, of course, you have like Brave Bird as their coverage anyway with that then, but even with the Charizard, a Shadow Blast Burn is going to blast through most of the Pokemon. With a Dragon Claw as a coverage move on Charizard, it helps out quite a bit with the lead being already a Dragon type, so you're going to be able to bait out other Dragons maybe that don't want to face it. Like something I think I had on a video already, the I forgot the name of it, the Dragon and Poison type Pokemon. You definitely know the Pokemon anyway. So yeah, yeah, you're going to have a lot of play with that. I think this is going to be a fun team to run. And that's going to be all set for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. See you then. Bye-bye.